Vagabond by John Blanding. When I have a house, as I sometime may, I'll suit my fancy in every way. I'll fill it with things that have caught my eye in drifting from Iceland to Molokai. It won't be correct in period style, but I've thought for a long, long while of all of the corners and all the nooks, of all the bookshelves and all the books, the great big table and the deep soft chairs, and the Chinese rug at the foot of the stairs. It's an old, old rug from far Chao-Wan that a Chinese princess once walked on. My house would stand on the side of a hill, by a slow, broad river, deep and still, with a tall lone pine on guard nearby, where the birds can sing and the storm winds cry. A flagstone walk with lazy curves will lead to the door where a pan's head serves as a knocker, there like a vibrant drum, to let me know when the friend has come. And the door will squeak as I swing it wide, to welcome you to the chair inside. For I'll have good friends who can sit and chat, or simply sit when it comes to that, by the fireplace where the fir logs blaze, and the smoke rolls up in a weaving haze. I want a woodbox, scarred and rough, for leaves and bark and odorous stuff like resinous knots and cones and gums to tuck on the flames when winter comes. And I hope a cricket will stay around, for I love its creaky, lonesome sound. There'll be driftwood powder to burn on logs, and a shaggy rug for a couple of dogs. Boreas, winner of prize and cup, and Mickey, a lovable gutter pup. Thoroughbreds both of them, right from the start, one by breeding and the other by heart. There are times when only a dog will do for a friend, when you're beaten sick and blue, and the world's all wrong, for he won't care if you break and cry, or grouch and swear, for he'll let you know as he licks your hand that he's downright sorry and understands. I'll have on a bench a box inlaid with dragonflax of milk-white jade to hold my own particular brand of cigarettes brought from the Pharaoh's land, with a croissant bowl on a lizard skin to flip my cigarette ashes in, and a squat blue jar for a certain blend of pipe tobacco I'll have to send to a quaint old chap I chanced to meet in a fusty shop on a London street. A long, low shelf of teak will hold my best-loved books in leather and gold, while magazines lie on a bow-legged stand in a polyglot mixture close at hand. I'll have on a table a rich brocade that I think the Pixies must have made, for the dull gold threads on blues and greys weave the pattern of puffs, the magic maid. On the mantelpiece, I'll have a place for a little mud god with a painted face that was given to me, long ago, by a Philippine maid in Olongapo. Then, just in range of a lazy reach, a bulging bowl of Indian beach with brim, with things that are good to munch, hickory nuts to crack and crunch, big fat raisins and sun-dried dates, and curious fruits from the Malaya Straits, maple sugar and cookies brown, with good hard cider to wash them down, wine-sap apples picked the crop, and ears of corn to shell and pop, with plenty of butter and lots of salt. If you don't get filled, it's not my fault. And there where the shadows fall, I plan to have a magnificent concert grand in polished wood and ivory keys, for wild discordant rhapsodies, for wailing minor Hindu songs, for Chinese chants with clanging gongs, for flippant jazz and for lullabies, and moody things that I'll improvise to play the long grey dusk away, and bid goodbye to another day. Pictures. I think I'll have but 3. One in oil of a windswept sea with a flying scud and the waves gripped white. I know the chap who can paint it right. In lapis blue and deep jade green, a great big smashing fine marine that'll make you feel the spray in your face. I'll hang that one over my fireplace. The second picture, a freakish thing, is gaudy and bright as a macaw's wing, an impressionistic smear called Sin, a nude on the striped zebra skin, by a Danish girl I knew in France. My respectable friends will look askance at the purple eyes and the scarlet hair, at the pallid face and the evil stare, of the sinister, beautiful vampire face. I shouldn't have it about the place, but I like while I loathe the beastly things, and that's the way one feels about things. The picture I love the best of all will hang alone on my study wall, where the sunsets glow and the moon's cold gleam will fall on the face and make it seem that the eyes in the picture are meeting mine, that the lips are curved in the fine, sweet line of that wistful, tender, provocative smile that has stirred my heart for a wondrous while. It's a sketch of a girl who loved too well to tie me down to that bit of hell that a drifter knows when he finds he's held by the soft, strong chains that passion swells. It was best for her and for me, I know, that she measured my love and bade me go, for we both have our great illusions yet, unsoiled, unspoiled by a vain regret. I won't deny that it makes me sad to know that I've missed what I might have had. It's a quick, clean, sweet memory quite apart, and I've been faithful in my heart. All these things I'll have about, and not a one could I do without. Cedar and sandalwood chips to burn in the tarnished bowl of a copper urn, a paperweight of meteorite that seared and scorched the sky one night, a moro crease, my paper knife, once slit the throat of a Raja's wife. The beams of my house will be fragrant wood that once in a teeming jungle stood as a proud, tall tree where the leopards couched and the parrot screamed and the black men crouched. The roof must have a rakish slip to shadowy eaves where the rain can drip in a damp, persistent, tuneful way. It's a cheerful sound on a gloomy day. And I want a shingle loose somewhere to wail like a banshee in despair when the wind is high and the storm gods race and I'm snug on my fireplace. I hope that a couple of birds will nest around the house. I'll do my best to make them happy, so every year they'll raise their brood of fledglings here. When I have a house, I'll treat myself and have what I call my condiment shelf, filled with all manner of herbs and spice, curry and chutney for meats and rice, pots and bottles with extracts rare, onions and garlic will both be there, and soil and saffron and savory goo, and that stuff I'll buy from an old Hindu, ginger with syrup in quaint stone jars, almonds and figs in tinsel bars, Astrakhan caviar highly prized, and citron and orange peel crystallized, anchovy paste and poha jam, basil and chili and marjoram, pickles and cheese from every land, and flavors that come from Samarkand. And hung with a string from a handy hook will be a dog-eared, well-thumbed book that is pasted full of recipes from Spain and France and the Caribbean, roots and leaves and herbs to use for citrus soups and old ragouts. I'll have a cook that I'll name O'Joy, a sleek, fat, yellow-faced China boy who can roast a pig or mix a drink. You can't improve on him, I think. On the grey stone hearth there'll be a mat for a scraggy, swaggering yellow cat with a war-scarred face from 100 fights with neighbors' cats on moonlit nights. A wise old Tom who can hold his own and make my dogs let him alone. I'll have a window seat, broad and deep, where I can scroll to read or sleep, with windows placed so I can turn and watch the sunset blaze and burn beyond high peaks that star the sky, like bare white wolf-fangs that defy the very gods. I'll have a nook for a savage idol that I took from a ruined temple in Peru, a demon chaser named Mang Chu, to guard my house by night and day, and keep all evil things away. Pewter and bronze and hammered brass, old carved wood and gleaming glass, candles and polychrome candlesticks, and peasant lamps and floating wicks, dragons and silk on a mandarin suit, in a chest that is filled with vagabond loot, all of the beautiful, useless things that a vagabond's aimless drifting brings. Then, when my house is all complete, I'll stretch me out on that window seat with a favorite book and a cigarette, and a long cool drink that oh joy will get. And I'll look about in my bachelor's nest, while the sun goes zooming down the west, and the hot gold light will fall on my face and make me think of some hidden place that I fail to see, that I've missed some way, a place that I plan to find some day, and I'll feel the lure of it drawing me, oh down. I know that what the end will be, and I'll go, and my house will fall away while the mice by night and the moths by day will nibble the covers of all my books, and the spiders weave in the shadowy nooks, and my dogs, I'll see that they have a home, while I follow the sun, while I drift and roam to the ends of the earth like a chip on a stream, like a straw on the wind, like a vagrant dream. And the thought will strike with a swift, sharp pain that I probably will never build again. This house that I'll have in some far day, well, it's just a dream house anyway.